Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some content from the other Hannah. She was featured in a video a little while ago where she was saying, "Oh, I love to see you romanticize fat bodies and all that." Here's a link if you want to check that one out. She actually makes a lot of interesting content. Let us peruse some of it now. Caption reads, "Please talk about how people think it's okay to ask us not to call ourselves fat and then argue with us because you're not fat, you're beautiful. I want to scream." You know, sometimes people make me want to scream as well.
I'm so sorry. I literally just found this in my drafts. There was literally a video of me like this, scrolling because I saved this in my drafts to talk about it, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get to it now. But I want to talk about this because it makes me want to scream. Because I will be in the salon and I'll be like, "Oh my god, somebody turn the air on. It's so hot. I'm fat. I cannot handle this heat." And my skinny coworker who's been skinny her whole life will be like, "You're not fat, you're beautiful."
She does it like that. So your skinny coworker says, "You're not fat, you're beautiful." Oh, actually, she says it like this. "You're not fat, you're beautiful." She does it like that. Like she comes up to you nostril first. That's weird, man. I've never had somebody come up to me and tilt their head back and come at me nostril first right into my face like that. That's really weird. Your coworker is weird. Wait, she said something about you're not fat, you're beautiful or whatever. That's the least of your problems, dude. We got a nostril talker.
Did I say I was ugly? Did I say I was ugly?
Right, no. If you call yourself fat and somebody's like, "Oh, you're not fat," I think that they're usually trying to say like, "Oh, you're not as fat as you probably think you are." Because as we know, fatness exists on a spectrum, much like autism. So there are varying levels of fat, right? If you're like, "Oh man, I'm so fat," maybe they're thinking, "You're not so fat. You're just a little fat. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're just you're just like.
And it's because fat and ugly have been used interchangeably for years.
I don't know about that. You ever heard the term, "she's got a pretty face"? I don't know if I would say that they are used interchangeably, but when somebody refers to somebody else as fat, they are probably referring to the fact that this person is not at their ideal level of health and therefore attractiveness, right? As you guys don't like to hear, they are a work in progress. Nobody is saying that being fat is unattractive. They're probably just being like, "Yo, you're not as fat as you think. You know, I'm so fat." And then they're like, "Yo, you're not that fat." I'm just like this, dude. I'm just tunnel vision. I didn't hear anything from over there. Like I said in that other video, I didn't hear anything from over there. I don't know what's going on over there.
Just the way that we think of a thin person, they're beautiful, they're perfect, they're wonderful. A fat person, oh, disgusting, gross, change it, fix it, throw it away, kill it with fire.
I don't know about all that, man. I think you're getting a little emotional. Your coworker was just trying to say something nice to you. They were just trying to make you feel better, and then you get all butthurt about it. Like, "I didn't say I was ugly. I just said I was fat." And then their response would be like, "Dude, I actually didn't even mean that. I was just saying that to be nice. So I don't know why you're getting all mad, because I literally didn't even mean that."
That's exactly what we think of. So when I describe myself as a fat girl, or how I was the fat girl growing up, and I'm talking to clients, especially if they're going to be sitting in my chair for hours at a time, I'm talking about myself, okay? Trying to open up conversation.
Okay. Are you turning into a 1920s gangster right there? "Yeah, see, you're going to get your hair cut, yeah? Yeah, we're doing this my way, see? You're going to get a fade, yeah." You also have to consider the angle that these people probably don't mean the nice things that they're saying to you at all. Some people have this need to be nice to people for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it at all. But like some people, if you say something bad about yourself around them, they will counter that and be like, "Oh no, you're not dumb. You're not fat. You're not ugly." They just try to be nice, man. They're just trying to be nice. I don't know why. I don't understand it myself. I don't identify with that at all. But no, I used to fall for that kind of crap myself. I think we all did. But then when you get to a certain age, you realize that people that say negative things about themselves around you are just fishing for compliments. So eventually you just stop engaging with that sort of childish behavior.
I am all of those things, but I am also fat.
Okay. So what I'm noticing here within the fat acceptance community is that they're trying to take the word fat and use it like spin it around in a positive way, as if they're black and this is the N-word.
Thanks, Linda. But also with my own internalized fat phobia growing up,
Your own internalized fat phobia growing up. What?
used to have days where I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh, I look so fat today. Or I would ask my then boyfriend, now fiance, I would ask him, babe, do I look fat today? Do I look fat in these jeans? Like, no, really, tell me, do I look fat? I can't leave the house if I look fat.
Alright, so you used to obsess over whether or not you looked fat. The fact that you can change levels of fatness from one day to the next should tell you that it's not in the same category as ugliness at all. You cannot change your levels of ugliness. Babe, do I look ugly today? Because I'll go un-ugly my face if that is the case. Like, I don't know.
Bitch, you look fat every day. The fuck? I should.
Some clothes make you look fatter than others. Okay, I understand the thing. I'm not a woman. I don't know if you've noticed, but if I wear like a big baggy t-shirt, it will make me look fat. Like, I'll just look like a fat guy in a big old shirt. Like, I have to wear a shirt that actually fits my body for you to see that I am not fat. So therefore, the clothing you wear can make you look fat. Fatter than you are. Therefore, it would probably be wise to wear clothing that is flattering for your physique.
Have said, I don't like the way these jeans look on me. I don't like the way I look today. I'm not feeling good about my body today. But back then, I was young and naive and insecure, and I didn't have...
Young and naive, and you cared about how you looked. You had a little bit of self-respect.
the tools that I do now.
What tools do you have now? Do you have a toolbox, and inside it are the tools necessary to deconstruct your internalized fat phobia? Are there some fat phobia pliers in there? And with these fat phobia pliers, you will open up the void of unacceptable behavior and peer into the belly of the beast of fat phobia? Is there a hard hat in there to protect you from the fat phobic comments falling out of the comments section onto your head?
I have those tools now.
So do I. I have a level that measures the amount of fat phobia in the room.
On days where I don't feel good about my body, you know what I do? I don't be mean to myself. I just go, okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. Put on clothes that you're comfortable in. Don't stare in the mirrors too long. Go to work and get your job done.
Okay, so you've accepted yourself to the point where you just don't look in the mirror anymore. Now that's the level of self-acceptance that I can really appreciate. I love myself so much, and I'm unbothered by all the fat phobia out there in the world and my own internalized fat phobia, that I won't even look at my own reflection in the mirror, as if I did something horrible. You know when you like drink too much and you do unspeakable acts, and then the next day you won't even look at yourself in the mirror? Like, this is kind of like that.
It'll be a new day tomorrow and you'll think you're the most fabulous bitch on all the planets or whatever.
You will? Why would you think that if yesterday you wouldn't even look at yourself in the mirror?
But I feel the same way about it as if my hair was having a bad hair day. The same thing. I don't look at my body and think of it as moral.
Nobody said it was moral. The difference between being ugly and being fat is that fatness is a state of being that your body is currently in that you can control. Whether or not somebody is considered attractive usually revolves around the face. Even if somebody is fat, you can usually be like, well, she has an attractive face though. And then you feel even more sad about the situation. This sounds wrong, but when you see a fat person with an attractive face, you're like, oh, dude, you should definitely lose weight. You would actually look amazing. And then they'll get mad about that. Other people will get mad about that. But I mean, dude, take it as a compliment. That means that you're attractive. Even with all this excess stuff on you, we can see past all this excess baggage to the attractive face underneath. So there's the difference, right? A fat body is a body. Attractiveness is a pretty face. And if the person who happens to have an attractive face has actually done the hard work, that attractive face will be attached to an attractive body.
There are not good bodies and bad bodies unless your body is broken from illness or things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like size-wise.
Right, nobody said anything was good or bad. That's subjective. Obviously, the terms good and bad are subjective to the person who is saying it. What I think is a good body, you may think is a bad body. And it has nothing to do with morality, it just has to do with personal preference. There's a lot of dudes that are into bodies that I would consider a bad body, and there's a lot of bodies that I'm into that other dudes wouldn't think were attractive.
There's no good bodies and bad bodies. There's just bodies, and your body is yours. But I find the more you use fat in a neutral way to describe yourself, the more people are going to get comfortable with it, and they'll stop saying shit like this. Good luck.
And we come back to use fat in a neutral way. Alright, Deb, so I've been noticing that you've been looking fat lately. I don't mean to alarm you, Susan. I am neither upbeat nor downbeat. I wish to address the fact that you are fat. Okay? I'm not happy or sad about that, Susan. I feel I'm right in the middle about my feelings about this, okay, Deborah? There we go, talking about using the term fat in a neutral way again. I love how every other fat acceptance person these days is saying, I said that I was fat, not ugly. And then there's like a sparkle on their tooth, ting! And then it's like TM right here. I said that I was fat, not ugly. Like, dude, bing! Come up with your own sayings. So I went over the difference between being fat and being ugly. Alright, they're two different things. Nobody said that you were ugly just because you were fat. So stop trying to compare them and stop trying to act like you're some kind of sassy queen. Alright? I took control of my fatness, and then I never looked back. Like, whatever, man, stop it. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.